Hello, Stephen. Stephen Oluwajare. Temi ID. Welcome. Adewale, Richard, Adeshola, welcome back. Nice to see you guys. Thoughtful writer, Anne-Marie. Welcome to a very special time we are going to be having today. Dr. Bien Sufficient is here. Nena Kalu. Nice to see you. I don't know what's happening. Am I on my page or not? Because I'm not seeing. Am I coming on Dr. Sandey Adelaja?
Yeah, you are.
Because I think no notification. Did you people get notification or not? Because it's like we didn't get notification, huh? Because I can see notification. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Nice to see you. Please go ahead and invite your friends to this session. We are going to have a blast tonight by the grace of God. We are going to have a special session today. It will be interesting to know how many of you actually managed to listen to the program we had advised. We had advertised for some time now. That is me coming up with Daddy Freeze. So I was on Cool FM today, this morning, Cool FM, and there was Daddy Freeze there. The journalist. He's actually a preacher. He's either a preacher or a journalist, but he's a Christian, really. From what I could pick up, he's a believer. So that's very encouraging. But the station is not a Christian station. The station is a secular station, but he's a believer, and he actually preaches. So that's a good thing. And I don't know how we did. I've not seen the comments from there. He has the large following, not on Facebook mainly, but on Instagram. And Instagram, I don't know how Instagram, what are the comments there and how it went. So I don't have an idea. I think I've got to ask you people to tell me and to call back and tell me what is happening with the program, how it went, and what are the comments? What are the reactions? Did people really hear it or they didn't hear it? Do you think it was a good idea? Was it a blessing to people or it was not? Did I touch the right topics or I didn't? And so some of those things are things I would have liked to hear. And maybe I'm just going to allow you people to speak to me, maybe. And maybe we are going to allow you to speak to me, and maybe we are going to hear what it's all about, or what went, or how it went, and we'll probably open the line. I think I will open the line. The way to call is Move Agents, Facebook Messenger, Move Agents, Matic. And but before we do that, let's go ahead and write the names of our friends. Let's go ahead and write the names of our relatives, people who would like to hear this. So write at, something like you are writing email, just at, and then write it on the comment. So write the names of at least 5 of your friends on the comment section, or when you are going to share. Let's go and share right now. And as we are sharing, we will go ahead and invite our friends. So go and share, and as you are sharing, invite 5 of your friends. Meanwhile, anybody who would like to share with us, You don't want to use a computer? She has a big microphone there, no? Yeah, so, but you have to put it on Matic so that Facebook, something, so that it will be loud enough. And so, if anybody watched the Cool FM and you would like to share your experience with us, why don't you just go ahead and somebody close the window there? Why don't you go ahead and oh, it's closed. Okay, then we can close it. Let's go ahead and call. Please call us if you were on, you know, that radio program today and you think it was, you know, maybe it was good or bad. Just share with us your experience. And the way to do it is to call to Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger. But while we are waiting for you, maybe you will share we are not ready. Maybe we should listen to, yeah, let's listen to.
Hello, guys.
You can sit.
Hello, guys. How are you? First of all, I would like to thank you all, especially DSA family. You all came through today because I saw a lot of you live with Daddy Freeze on 96.9 FM this morning. I was so amazed with the support. It was exactly like family should be. And you know what? Daddy Freeze was also so grateful and excited. He wrote to me and said it was amazing what he was getting, the responses from everyone on both Instagram and on Facebook. So I just want to say thank you. I personally, I didn't even know that I was going to feel this way, because for me, you know, Dr. Sandey teaches this all the time. I hear it all the time. It wasn't a big, you know, sometimes, you know, familiarity, you know, you're always seeing him and hearing him. So I didn't really know that I was going to feel this way until I started listening to him on radio, Nigerian radio. And I think I took myself and put myself in the place of Nigerians that are listening to him for the first time. And all of a sudden, you know, I was just jumping all day today. It's really woke me up. And even hearing the comments after, reading some of the comments from people that they don't even know DSA, just hearing him for the first time, you know. So this is telling me a lot. It's telling me that a lot of people still need to hear DSA. We really need to promote DSA. We need to promote these teachings. Everyone agrees. I mean, I couldn't see anyone that openly said anything negative. Of course, Daddy Freeze is somebody that actually promote this type of teaching himself. He's also a preacher, but the radio station was an entertainment station. So it wasn't Christians or anything like that. It was a mixture. So it was really, really great. I'm so grateful. The comments, the people asking, how can I get hold of Dr. Sandey? Where can I have his audio? Can Daddy Freeze send this recording to them? You know, you guys go and read as well. It's on Instagram, and also it will be on Facebook for the next 24 hours, according to Daddy Freeze.
Instagram.
So, okay, Instagram is 24 hours. On Facebook, please check it out so that you can also read the comments, and you will know how much more people need this, how much more they need to hear this. So the projects that we have, the movement, the citizen movement against religious cabal, how important it is, how poignant everything that we're doing is. It was just so, I mean, I just can't get over it. I can't get over the people that what they're saying. And you know what happened at 7 p.m. tonight, which is 5 p.m. Nigeria time? We had new people join us just from the back of this radio station program this morning. They joined us. They wanted to know more. They were all ears. They were asking questions. How can I hear more? It means that there are people that haven't heard this, you know. So we really need to help each other out. This information is much needed. It's much needed in Nigeria. It's much needed amongst the people. These people need freedom. And hearing somebody else say it and back it up with the Bible. Dr. Sandey had 6 segments, and they were 10 minutes each. And he answered different questions about tithes and offering and other things that we are fed with over and over and over again. these people haven't heard this. And, you know, these are our neighbors. These are the people that God said that we should love. And they haven't heard this and they're hearing it for the first time. And, you know, I'm just so grateful to Daddy Freeze. If he's listening or his teams are listening, it was just so amazing because I was actually listening to it through an online radio at first. Then somebody sent me a link and said that it was on Facebook and it streamed live. And I started watching it. And, you know, seeing the zeal in Daddy Freeze's body language and everything as well was just making me feel like, oh my God. And, you know, these are the things. I don't know much about Daddy Freeze, but now I am an ardent follower. I'm going to start following him and I'm going to find out more about him. But guys, I really want to thank you. If you're here and you're joining us for the first time, welcome. This is a place to be. And, you know,
thank you to Rosalie.
Yes. That's what I was just going to say, actually. The person that introduced us to Daddy Freeze, that called Daddy Freeze and said, I know somebody that is just like you, that wants to tell the truth, that wants everybody to know the truth, was Mrs. Rosalind Banjoko. So it's Rosalind Amaka Banjoko. So guys, if you see her or you're friends with her on Facebook, please thank her. It's Rosalind Amaka Banjoko. And we could all do the same thing. I mean, if you want help with writing letters to radio station, just draft what you want to say. I will look at it. I'm volunteering my time to look at it, even though I'm swamped. But I would love to look at your letter, put a standard letter together if that's what you need, so that you can send it to the radio station or people that you know that can help in order to put this out there. It's free of charge. We will put the work in order for the radio station to get them. So Dr. Sandey don't have to be in Nigeria, and he was able to put this message, 1 hour message that people loved, and now we have new followers. We have new people that wants to hear the truth. Please, guys, also thank Daddy Freeze so that next time as well, he will do this again. So go on his Instagram and thank him and recognize him for what he's done, because he's now pioneering this in Nigeria. The bigger radio stations and bigger people that are in Nigeria that didn't do anything, but at just one call or one request, he took it on board and he decided to. Yes. Exactly. And also, you know, to be fair, there may be others that haven't heard Dr. Sandey at all and nobody have approached them. So now the onus is on us to also approach them. So please, guys, we all have work to do here. This morning was fantastic. I'm grateful to you, and I'm grateful to the people that have just joined us. Please just stay calm. Keep listening, keep watching. There are more coming, and also there are more already. So for the new people, Dr. Sandey have over 500 recordings already, and they're available for you. Wow, over 2,000, but series as well. So guys, there's somebody on the line, so I'm trying to talk really fast. Guys, thank you so much, and thank Daddy Freeze. I mean, maybe you should tag Daddy Freeze just to thank him. We love Daddy Freeze for what he's done today, and we appreciate him. And also thank you to Dr. Sandey, because for the 10 minutes, it wasn't so easy, because you're full with the information. You have to also think what to add. Although Dr. Sandey is kind of like a Superman with this kind of things, but he was also so poignant, like, you know, I'm going to do 10 minutes. He actually gave 10 minutes. So if you wanted to choose anyone, then that's for any interchange with the messages is fine. So request was for 6 and he gave 9, which was not easy. I mean, for him, full of so much information, to cut it to 10 minutes and still be able to drive home the message. Again, it's amazing. Somebody is online, guys. I will go for now. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mayowa, who is the person online? Who is this place? Hello?
Hello, Pastor Sandey.
Oh, Wale Banjoko, this is the family that put everything together. Hello, yeah, Amaka is there too. How are you all? Yes.
I don't know how clear the line is. We're actually on the bus heading to the airport in Milan, heading back to London.
Not bad. We can hear you well.
Okay. All I can say, Rosalind is here. We're sharing a headphone, so she can hear you just as well as I can. I fortunately was able to watch the show, but she hasn't watched the show yet. All I can say is powerful delivery, powerful message with all the plans that Satan tried to do to try to make this not come to pass. I thank Daddy Freeze for being able to overcome all the obstacles that was in the way from this message coming across over the airways. I am so happy. The message reached. I stood by where I listened to some of the calls that came in after the program just to see how powerful and how much of an impact the message made in terms of reaching people and what their response was. I think even Daddy Freeze himself, from what my understanding of what I could see, I ended up even going back to watch him on Instagram to actually see his facial reaction, because before I was just listening to the message just by hearing your voice and his voice. But I think it went across powerfully well. I think the revolution definitely has. I think there's a record that I said in America that came that revolution will not be televised. This one is a revolution that's been televised, and it's powerfully reaching people beyond, I think, what we can all imagine or expect. And we just thank God for that. So well done. Your answering of the question came across powerfully. Anybody that has any questions will have no reason to be doubting the verses anymore, because the scriptures that you used to back up everything that the question that was put to you came across very well. And I think even Daddy Freeze himself confirmed that all he has been preaching all this time, where nobody listened to him, now a true man of God has come on the airways and has clarified and also saying exactly the same thing. So all I can say, it was very well received. Like I said, I'm going to Italy at the moment, heading to the airport. So I heard it in Italy, and I'm sure people all around the world are responding the same way.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about the fact that you and your family are a part of this revolution?
Pastor Sandey, all I can say, my family, you are my family. So I am already happy, and thank God that even that I was born in the same family with you. So besides that, that doesn't change. I just thank God that anything that we can do just to support the message getting across, whereby the truth can be preached. I think that's more important than anything else. I think the world needs it. It's the perfect time. There's never any time as now. God has made it happen at this time. So I am happy. I am happy with you, with what you're doing. I am happy with my family for being able to be a part of it. And I just thank God that more souls will be saved. I think that's the most important thing. If more people we can bring to God, whereby they're not derailed, that it seems that most people have been, that's all I'm happy about. And so with that, I just thank God for that.
It's like there is hope beginning to come for Nigeria a little bit.
Oh yes, definitely, because it is, I always go back to this analogy that you use, the one of dropping a little bit of poison in a cup of water.
Yeah.
For us, just imagine, I was thinking about it all day. I said, that analogy, like I said, always has an impact on me. Now, if we have that cup of water, that a little bit of poison has been dropped, that can kill a lot of people, what will it take for that same cup of water to now, even people try and drink it, whereby they can survive or they can live?
Yes.
What's going to take is you have to now put maybe 10 or 20 cups of water to now dilute the poison that's been put in there. I think this is what you're doing. This message is reaching people whereby every one of us has now a reason to be able to pass on the message, pass on the truth. So the more of us, like everybody's saying all the airways around the world, the more of you that transmit this message, the more of you that pass this message across to other people, it means that we're adding more and more cups of clear water to that water that has been poisoned. So the message is getting clearer and clearer. So even if we're drinking that same original poison, but we are now adding more and more cups of water that is liquid, that is diluting that poison and increasing it, whereby people will live. I think that is what this message that you're sending across is doing. So for that, I thank God for. So all I can say, everybody around the world that's hearing me now, we all now have to do our part. Pastor Sandey is doing his part, has done his part. He's reaching people. We now have to pass on that truth to as many people as possible, whereby they can understand and accept that the fact the word of God is simple, the word of God is clean and clear. So that water that has been poisoned, we now have to make it clear, whereby it can reach more people and feel them spiritually, feel them in all their everyday life, everyday doings and everyday ongoings. That's what we all now need to do. And thank you, Pastor Sandey, for starting this. And I ask everybody around the world to do what you need to do. Just like I enjoy the fact of this Daddy Freeze today, when a question came in after the message came across, where a viewer asked, they said, Daddy Freeze, you have to put this on a CD whereby we can reach it. And he made immediately a recommendation that people should call in and ask the radio station to actually produce CDs. Or if more people ask for it, that they'll produce CDs where it can reach the world. So we all have a part to play. Any way of duplicating this message, whereby it reaches more and more people, and the truth gets to them, and they can change their ways and understand what Christ is all about. I think that's how we can make an impact. So I believe it was a wonderful service. It was a wonderful message delivery, and let's all do our part to spread the word.
Well, you are so eloquent. I never knew you could be so eloquent. Where is Rosalind? Is Rosalind there?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
What should I be doing? Should I be prostrating or kneeling down?
Pastor Sandey, you are just fantastic. You are absolutely fantastic. I'm so sorry I couldn't hear you this morning because of where I was, but I know that it was great. I looked at some comments on Instagram and it blew my mind. So I know I'm going to sit down later and hear everything from beginning to the end. But I want to use this opportunity also to thank Daddy Freeze. Before I reached out to him, I wasn't quite sure how to go about it. I thought the typical Nigerians, and I thought, okay, if I can reach this person who doesn't know who I am, then I need to find some kind of connections, And I was looking for people who could connect me to him so I can introduce you to him and have him air you on his platform. But I kind of met with some resistance because it seemed like people said, oh, no, you can't, no, he's too out there, no, he's too whatever, So I went to his Instagram page and I looked at his Instagram page, and everything he had there was true, because what I was hearing from people was that he hates pastors and some people say he's like an antichrist and things like that. So I went to Instagram myself and I looked at Daddy Freeze's Instagram and I could not see anything he said that was wrong. In fact, the things he said were exactly the things we're talking about. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just going to write to him and see what he will do, because I thought, I have nothing to lose. I can't reach him. These people, I'll just go direct. And honestly, I was shocked. I wrote to him, and he said, reply me. I thought, wow, really?
Which is what Pastor Sandey said.
Which is exactly what you do, Pastor Sandey, because I know with you as well, men will get confused and cannot understand how you respond to them very quickly. And they assume they have to go through a lot of protocol and things like that, but you're not like that. And Daddy Freeze is not like that either. As I write, he'll respond. No stress, no airs, nothing. He'll respond honestly and straight away. So that blew me. So just want to use this medium as well to thank him, for being honorable, for listening, for being reachable, for just being who he is. He's I don't know what to say. I was just in shock,
I think even for me, I'll have to something as well. I think one of the things, even Daddy Freeze, at the end of the show, one of the things that he himself...
we can't hear you, Wale, louder.
Hello? I said one of the things I have to also say, I think at the end of the show today, I have to commend Daddy Freeze as well, because what he said that anybody that wanted to reach Pastor Sandey, he gave your email address, and he said he is reachable by all of us. Do you understand? For me, those small words means a lot, because he means that he is the same way, whereby he is open, he has seen you and said you're reachable, which we already know. But he himself has also proven that to be that, anybody that needs assistance or whatever, I am reachable, and you don't need to go through channels to reach me, which is exactly the same image and the same presence that you carry. So I think for me, I watched the show and I was blown away. I was blown away.
Exactly. That's the thing, that the fact that it can be so reachable, and not just ignore people, is such a fantastic, I don't know what to call it. It's just fantastic. Because the typical setting, which like a lot of pastors or senior pastors or Jews or whatever, you cannot do that. It's not possible. is out of the question, you know. So for me, that was a big plus. But I just want to say thank you for today. I haven't heard it all. I know I'm going to hear it later on, but I've seen the comments and I can't wait to hear it. You know, I had my sisters calling me from America as well, just screaming. They actually were online, you know, and just giving me reports about it. So I can't wait to hear it. Well done. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. For everybody on the platform, these are the Banjoko family. They are the one who set up this whole thing that we are celebrating today. Thank you so much. They are going to the airport. So we bless your journey, safe journey, and we will be waiting to see you online tomorrow.
Amen.
God bless you. Bye.
God bless you.
Bye. Now, is there anybody else calling in to give us their own feelings, their own, feelings about the broadcast today and what they think we should hear or what should know? I would surely like to know people's feeling and people's remark and people's assessment. And now, if it's something that we all need to do, then most of us could still go ahead and approach as many radio stations as possible. Actually, Daddy Freeze was saying that he was the first one to bring Pastor Sandey back to Nigeria and feature him on a radio station, and that he's thinking that many other radio stations now will begin to follow suit and begin to ask Pastor Sandey to come and speak. And what I heard is that he had attendance today on his something more than ever before. So it was the most popular show on his radio station, which is other radio stations might want to do the same thing. Hello, Victor.
Hello, DSA. How are you?
Well, I've been very busy today, but I'm here. I want to hear you because I want to know if this is worth it, if the work is worth it or not.
I dropped a couple of messages on your WhatsApp line, but I just thought that you were very busy.
I've not seen anything. I've been very busy, yeah. I don't have WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp, so maybe you are talking about Facebook.
Facebook Messenger, yeah.
Okay.
Facebook Messenger. It was the broadcast today with Daddy Freeze was an absolute sellout. It was a blast, you know. It really got the minds of people, you know. I continued inviting. We had over 500 new people because I was posting the link.
Wow.
Yeah, we had about over 500, and what's his name? Abdul from Lagos was in top shape, you know, was in top form, putting the link there, you know, so we're getting numbers, everything, and alliance with Samson Dewan. He has set up a group as well from Jos.
Wow.
We set up a group together, and everybody was just, you know, excited. We were posting the link, you know. I was so blown away, I had to call Benita if there's any possible way that we can replicate what happened today on her radio. So you have to discuss that personally with her. She thinks that it might take a bit of extra work, but she will see what she can do about it. So, well done, and we got very good response from the people, you know. The people, they were feeling very disappointed the way they have been brainwashed and used, you know. I'm telling you. So, I was reading their comments, and very, very good feedback on our side.
Thank you so much, Victor. You are doing a great job. I'm very proud of you. Victor is living in London, and from London, he's already influencing Nigeria. Thank you. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much, Victor.
Thank you very much, dear sir.
Blessing. Okay, but it's very loud here, and they're saying they cannot hear very well. What does that mean? So we hear very well. Okay, this is the way it's supposed to be. All right. So if anybody else is calling, please let us know. We'll be happy to. If anybody else is calling, let us know. And thank God that we could we could see and hear what happened today. Yes, who is this, please?
My name is Tusin. I'm from Ukraine. I study here.
You are from Ukraine. Can you speak louder?
Yeah, I'm from Ukraine. I'm a student here in Ukraine.
Yumbo, right? Oh, okay, I would rather say Oluwatose. That's better. It's easier for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is my first time of calling.
Yes.
And I'm so excited today. Throughout today, since the morning, I've been jumping all around. I'm very happy. I joined this that is free broadcast online when you were talking.
You are like Mayowa. Mayowa is jumping around here too.
Yeah, I've been following your teachings as in consistently since January. Every of your series, all these beatitude series that you are doing, I've been following it every day. Even when I come back from school, I still have time to listen to it, and it has really changed my life. That's really, really like touched me and given me a different mentality about Christianity, about God, about everything. And today I was so happy that it gave me a perspective that Nigerians, we really love the truth, irrespective of the situation we find ourselves. People were so excited, they were so even disappointed, and they were like, oh, like this is exactly what is inside the Bible. And it shows that we will not be reading our Bible, we just follow whatsoever we be hearing. The pastors are telling us about, I will just do it. But I had to listen myself. I had to put myself in the shoes of the people. Like now, I'm hearing you like neutrally, not in the ESA platform, but as individual, just hearing it for the first time. I was blessed all over, and I could see the expression on that. The freeze face. He was so happy. It was like, this is what I've been saying. Now I can see somebody who really supports me, who really believes also in what I believe in. And that really, really established that fact in people that even they don't even believe that it's real before. But for you talking about it, they'll be like, oh, this is actually true. And people are really happy that how are we going to meet Dr. Sandey, how are we going to know more about him. And I just gave me this idea like, oh, if the first startup is like this, it shows that when we start doing more of it, people are going to know the truth. People's lives are going to be changed gradually. And I'm just excited what God is going to do in Nigeria. Thank you so much, sir.
What city are you in?
I'm in Zaporozhye, sir.
Zaporozhye. Wow. Congratulations to you. And when you come to Kyiv, you are free to visit my house. Come and visit us.
Yes, sir. I'll come. I'll come.
Okay.
I'll come, sir.
Thank you so much, Tosin. Blessings. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, you know what? A lot of people don't know that they can actually access my message on YouTube. My messages are on YouTube for free. YouTube, Sandey Adelaja Official. Anybody can go to YouTube and download the messages, watch them, or go to SoundCloud and download the audio version of the messages. So just let people know. Let's spread the word. Okay, this is Joy from Maryland.
Yes, sir. This is Joy.
Can you speak louder? Is there any way you could come closer to your microphone and speak louder?
My phone is almost in my mouth.
Okay. Speak louder.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Well, the same.
Wow.
Just go ahead and talk.
Okay, just today, I'm so happy. Today's message with Daddy Priest is a bomb. I'm so excited because the fruit is being released out there, and it's very, very amazing. When I checked how many views, it was more than 11 million views. Okay, for today's program, it was really awesome. And the way the video was being broken into, Jesus Christ. And please, I am pleading that the CDs should get out there, because a lot of people were asking for the CDs. How can they get the CDs? If they can get all the CDs and be clean, I believe that their eyes will open. Our eyes are open. We are no more sleeping. And the ones that are still sleeping, we are waking them up by the grace of God. They say, you guys are awesome. great job.
And
I just pray that God will continue to strengthen you, strengthen every one of you, and every one of us that are in this family. I am so glad that I know when they were saying, well, why the court case, why you guys have not gone to Nigeria? I said, man, you guys have not gone to Nigeria because I needed to wake up. If you had been there, I may not have, I may still be sleeping. But thank God. See the session, I follow, even though I may not talk, I may be at work and be listening. And my husband was telling me the other day, what's up with you? It's like fire is all over you. They said, I am like, you can't even come close to me. You wouldn't even bring all this, your religious, fanatic, whatever around me. I will just throw you out through the window. I am like, God, do you know what these people have done to us? Do you know many pastors told us that our mother is a witch. Do you know we did not take care of our mother? And they have killed Nigerians. They have destroyed the economy. It's already out there. I think our destinies are coming back. Those buildings will be taken over. Okay, will be used for libraries, will be used for laboratories, will be used for factories, industries will come back to Nigeria. They said, thank you very much. I said, let me just call because I know I may not have much time.
And I want to appreciate you to Joy, because Mayowa told me that you send down money to buy CDs and spread in Nigeria for the SMAC. And, you know, the reason why we have not done that is because many people are still, you know, we need to gather and buy in bulk. So thank you so much for what you are doing.
Thank you, dear sir.
Thank you so much.
Bless you.
Blessing. Make sure you gather people in America and let everybody.
We have created our own WhatsApp. We are coming together.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let the revolution begin everywhere, both in the UK and in America and in Nigeria. Let the revolution begin. We are so grateful for what God is doing, and you know what? Please spread the word. Let people know that they can download all the messages for free. They can download the audio version. They can download the video version. And everybody can join the move. Please go ahead and join the move. And the move is movement against deception in the church. That's on Facebook. Go and join the group. And movement against what they call people's movement, citizens movement against religious cabal. Let's just go and join the groups. Hello, Gift. Good evening. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, sir.
All right. Yes.
Okay, today's broadcast was a blast.
Okay.
It was a revelation. It was, when letting people to understand that they have been cheated for long, that they have been deceived, that they have been manipulated. People's eyes were open today. The message was really an illumination. It illuminated the darkness that I call them fraudsters. I call them fraudsters. They are not pastors.
Yes.
They are all fraudsters. Because the cause that is even meant for them is what they threaten the people with.
Yes.
That is the most annoying aspect of it. That is the most annoying aspect of it, because they're not even using the money to make the purpose the money is being donated for. The widows are there, the orphans are still there, the hungry are still hungry, the prisoners are still there. No care is being given. Those that are still in the hospital are still hospitalized. A lot of them have run out of hospital. They cannot afford their hospital bills anymore. These pastors are just amassing wealth for themselves. They are robbing God, robbing the people that the money is actually meant for, to build empires for themselves, to send their children abroad to school. Why the actual people that this money is meant for, the money is not reaching them. I was really crying. How could these people be so wicked? They are just wicked. They're just wicked. I had about 5 people that were listening to the program today together with the same, we through the same radio. They were all screaming. The way you broke down the teaching from point to point, they can see that this is truth. That this is, everybody, they were angry. They were really hungry that these guys they've been there, even thieves. If you call it that way, they are the thieves themselves. Because if the money in this guy's hand, they could put it together to build an ultra-modern hospital for people that are going to India every day because to treat kidney problem. If these guys could put some of this money together and build good hospitals, that problem will be solved. And a lot of them are even wicked. Most of the missionary schools is what they attended. Their schools today, the ones they are building with the money, people cannot afford it. It's just a shame on them. Complete shame on them. Shame on them.
Revolution don't begin, oh.
The eyes has never been this open today. It's shame on them. They are thieves. They are just thieves. They are not making any impact. A friend of mine said, one of my friends that were watching together, he said, the day a Muslim person will become the head of the Federal Inland Revenue in Nigeria, Nigerian pastors are in problem because they will give account of all the money. They are not even paying tax as equal to the income that they are generating from the church. They are not even declaring. They are declaring as much tax as what they are generating. They will not be in business anymore. Those guys are they are thieves. They are thieves. I want to bless God for your life, sir, for opening our eyes for bringing light to this darkness that has been hovering over us for long. I just want to thank God for you. I cannot even, at the end of today's teaching, I can't even zero out that this is one that is different, that is standing out among them. They are all the same. They are all the same. I cannot even say this is one person that is excluded from their practice. They are all thieves. And that cause that is meant for them, I'm sure most of them don't even know the Bible as much as they have not even read the Bible for themselves. To actually know that the cause that they are threatening their members with is actually meant for them. That was the part that blew my mind. So this cause is actually meant for these people that they will be threatening the members with. If you don't give, you become poor. If you don't do this, if you don't sow, if you don't give tithes, things will become tight for you. You know, those guys are just, they say, God bless you.
It's wickedness. It's wickedness. And
they are wicked.
Yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to call Kate and Mayowa to come, and we are going to arrange. Thank you so much, Gift. I'm going to call Chris and Mayowa to come. Kate and Mayowa, please come. I'm going to ask you people, while we are waiting for the next call, how can we put all the 39 messages, all the audio messages, the audio version? People want the audio version, the MP3 version. Where can we put it specially? Maybe we could put it together somewhere, but so that people will know that, and we just call it the full, complete broadcast, audio broadcast with Daddy Freeze. Is there any way we could do that between now and tomorrow morning?
Yes. We are going to have a video version and audio version that can be reached. Video version will be uploaded to Facebook, and audio version will be uploaded to both to SoundCloud and Telegram. So you will be.
When will it be uploaded? Today, tomorrow.
Today.
Before tomorrow morning.
Before tomorrow morning, yeah.
Okay, it's going to be on SoundCloud.
It's good.
But you have to put the complete version, the audio version.
Yeah.
All the 9.
This
not just the 6.
Okay, we had 3.
Yeah, all the complete version will be on SoundCloud, and then the video will be on Facebook page.
Yes.
You have to put it the topic so that people will say,
yeah,
and put it 4 times a day so that everybody will be able to follow it.
Yes.
And then on the Instagram and everywhere. Okay, thank you. So we'll have everything today. You have the complete, and then all our people in Nigeria, DSA family in Nigeria and Movement Against Deception, you could, get the CDs and download for people, please. Hello? Oh, Apostle Favor.
Hey, my leader, more grace, sir.
Apostle Favor.
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you very well.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was really touching. You know, it's not only coconut they are using, no. They use apple. They said if you want to have twins, go and buy 2 apples. If you want to have 3 babies, go and buy 3 apples. There was one man in Warri, they call it second TB Joshua in Warri. Apple market move in Warri in that church. They will tell them that buy apple, so go and buy orange, count the seed inside. A lot of all these big churches in town, because of they don't use coconut, they use apple to deceive the people. And a lot of things is happening, sir. And I really want to thank God because
Shineke.
We've been a part of the truth. Today message was powerful, and me and Victor in UK, we want to see how we're going to put it on the
CD.
Data, all the FMs, yes, so that we're going to make it a project just the way that the phrase did it today, this morning. It's really powerful, and the people are connected. In short, we have been talking and planning since morning, because this was I get up for president, you know, for president, and
the line went bad. The line has gone bad for our guy here. This apostle here is a dangerous guy. He and Victor, they are too dangerous. They want to send that their Delta state on fire. Rita says they buy water too. Go and buy water to bring miracles. All kind of corruption going on in Nigeria. One has to drive all those people out of town because they are just spoiling the name of the Lord. Okay, look who is here.
Hey.
Aisha is here. How are you, Aisha?
I'm blessed and highly favored, DSA. You know, I don't care about church anymore. I don't go to buildings anymore, DSA. Let me tell you.
Louder. Can we get you louder?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now it's better. Yes.
Okay, so you remember the 2 families, the Nigerian families I talked to you about? Husband and wife and other husband and wife, the 2 families.
Yes.
The Yemi families and then Remy families.
Yes.
So these 2 families today, this morning, I couldn't listen to the message on Daddy Free because I have to go somewhere very important with my husband. So we went. So I was on the road and this woman kept calling me. They all keep calling me. The husband was calling me. The wife was calling me. So and I'm like, what is going on? And she said, oh my God, did you know Dr. Sandey and Cool FM is changing lives? Because not knowing, when I told them that you're going to be on Cool FM, they called their families in Nigeria. And then she said her mother has been crying all day for knowing the truth.
Wow.
You know, for knowing this truth that you have shared in Daddy Cool FM. The mother, sister, the family in Nigeria are so excited. Now she tell me, Aisha, I need to get off and come to Ukraine. I need to meet Sandey. I need more knowledge. I need to learn more so I can go to the next level. I'm even jealous of her because I'm so distracted. She has listened to almost all your series, her and her husband. And me and my husband, we are so distracted about other things, but I'm praying to God that I will get focused and finish my messages on YouTube also. She's so excited. She want to try to get off so she can even come to Ukraine. But I give her your email. She's going to call you and she's going to send you because she doesn't want to call on live. So I give her your email. She's going to herself call you and then she want to come to Ukraine. Well done, DSA. Revolution is on, and you are really changing life, even in the villages. You know, I'm really excited for this. May God strengthen you. May God strengthen the team, and may God keep this movement going.
And Aisha, you are part of the revolution. Congratulations, Aisha.
Thank you so much, DSA. Thank you.
Thank you. And people are saying we should put this broadcast video version on Sunday Adelaja official also. I think it's going to be there tonight as well, before tomorrow morning. So you can look to Sunday Adelaja official on YouTube, and you will see it there by tomorrow, by maybe tonight or tomorrow. And those people want to come to Ukraine. That's what Aisha was talking about. We have Ukraine trip in November. That is when we have our HMT, the training for anybody coming from anywhere from all over the world. So it's going to be in November from 5th to 12th. Actually, you can come before then and stay for longer period. Just go to my blog, SundayAdelajablog.com, SundayAdelajablog.com/visit. You can just fill the form in the /visit, and then you'll be able to come. We'll get back in touch with you. Shimeze is here. How are you, sir?
Very well, sir. And you?
Well, you know, I'm getting the reports of, I've been very busy doing a lot of work today, but I'm excited by the report that people actually watched it, because I couldn't tell if people watched it or not. I was busy doing other things here too.
Yeah, I didn't watch live, but I went back to watch the replay through your site. I was actually still on when this program started, so I have to switch back to live to come back and complete it later. The comments I saw, how people, you know, what people felt like, it's the step in the right direction. I do not have a single iota of doubt that the what you're sharing, you know, is liberating, especially when it has to do with the finances and the concepts and misconceptions around tithing and giving in the church. The thing I would have to say is that a couple of years ago, one of my cousins wrote a book about this. You know, then he sounded strange to some of us who were family members. He kept emphasizing some of these things. So, you know, usually the truth is not something that is embraced by many. That's why when people keep coming here to talk about numbers, I say it's not about the numbers.
Yes.
You know, there are people, usually it's a struggle to accept the correct thing. Even during Jesus Christ's time, I'm sure you could take a census of all the people who were believing on him. You've got even among the disciples, some people must have been saying, is this man, is his head correct? You know, so it's the usual thing. But I don't want to dwell too much on the program with Freeze, because that one is incontrovertible. It's not something that I will even contest. I want to go into the earlier broadcast you made.
Okay, sir.
About Nigeria can overtake America. So, without doubting that, it's even to a deaf and dumb and blind person, Nigeria's economy can overtake any Western economy in the world if we have been doing the right thing over the years. And I am happy with what you're doing. In fact, as you were talking this morning, what came to my mind was Nehemiah. The burden Nehemiah had after Israel had been destroyed, and he went before the king to get permission to go back home and rebuild the nation of Israel. And I just remember, I said, okay, this is exactly the same kind of spirit that Dr. Sandey Adelaja is having now. But where I'm coming from is, and I want you to see me as one of those people in your group.
Yes.
Of the idea, but it's bringing some perspective that will help you improve what you're going to do eventually, and what we all are going to do eventually.
Okay, sir.
Because you see, as you're planning and you're putting this, I don't know how long ago you visited Nigeria last. I don't know, you know, because I'm asking this hypothetically. I don't know how long ago. I don't know if you have taken time to walk on the streets. Yes, the informations are out there, but I left Nigeria May last year. So I've just been 1 year away from Nigeria, and I can tell you that for you to fix Nigeria with all the beauty, in fact, fixing Nigeria ordinarily, you just take the templates and apply it. Honestly, it should work. But it just goes beyond the templates, because there have been people who have had good intentions. You know, the former Minister of Finance, you know, whatever anybody may say about her last role, you know, I know there's some contentions about whether she did well or not in the last dispensation. But if you remember the first time she came, she brought some ideas.
Yes.
You find out when she was talking about saving, the economy, saving for they opened up an account where the excess crude oil money will be saved, so that we can use it when the rainy day becomes an umbrella for us as a nation.
Yes.
You know, and I remember politicians, governors, people in the leadership were fighting her. Bring out this money, let us spend it now. Why saving money and all that. So it reminds me of the Sambalats and all those people who were resisting Nehemiah. And all these people always are there. But you know what? Nehemiah, when he went, before he even started implementing, he sneaked in there quietly, went by the night, evaluated the level of work to be done. And that's what I want you to do, and that's what I want everybody in this group to do. Let's not just take it. The theories are there. The theories will work. But the problem is that in the implementations of those theories in Nigeria usually takes a lot of strong mind. And you know, I've read the history about Singapore and how they started. Structures, laying in structures, changing people's mindsets. They did a lot of things that today, if you do them, they would call them draconic.
Yes.
You know, where they insisted, like for instance, I hear in Singapore, for instance, as an example, I don't live in Singapore, Malaysia, one of the airports. If you go to that airport, you're not supposed to, a traveler is not supposed to spend more than, is it 4 minutes? There's an amount of time, I can't remember. The moment you spend more than that, somebody in the airport will lose his money. His salary will be taken away. Just to make sure that that time frame they keep for when you land or when you're doing processing the documents, you don't exceed it. So you see, because you have to sit down. There is a strong mindset. People are struggling to shift from the old ways of people have become dogmatic in doing evil. So anybody coming with a change, you need to have sat down, looked at it, and then begin to see the peculiarity of also, okay, this policy I want to implement, this thing I want to do. Look at the way Nigerians think. This is the way they are. This is how I have to do it. Because you don't just lift a policy from the Western world and bring it to Nigeria. My brother, sir, they will be frustrated.
Yeah.
But when you look through it, then you begin to understand the dynamics of how to go around it. One of the last presidents once said, he said, look, the Nigeria's economy defies solution. And it didn't mean Nigeria's economy cannot work. What he was simply saying is that as they are planning and implementing, there are people somewhere who are just busy making sure these things don't work. And people take delight in saying, okay, Dr. Sandey Adelaja, okay, he says he wants to come and change Nigeria. Let us see now. Okay, we are waiting for him. Let us see. And even when they come and tell you, oh, they are with you, behind the scene, they will be doing things that will frustrate you. However, when you have taken all this into consideration, you already know. It's like you have done a thorough planning to see, okay, this is where we are, this is what we need to do. These are the likelihoods. There's a book I read a couple of years ago called The Six Thinking Hats, Edward Ibono, Six Thinking Hats. And what that book is simply saying is that as good ideas are being brought up in a meeting, there are people who wear a cautious hat, raising out all the possibilities of, look, as you're doing this, be careful about this. So that as you implement it, you know the steps to take. So even when you hit a rock, you know that, okay, this rock we hit, we anticipated we're going to hit this rock. This is the solution. This is the bypass around that rock. And those are the things I was trying to bring into, for you to consider as you begin to, because it's going to be a huge project. It's not a one-day thing. And I'm happy you said it is something you want to see, even if you do not see the result, but you would have planted a seed. And then posterity will remember that, oh, this is the man who came and instituted this thing, even though he's not here physically alive to see it, but we would always remember that he is the one who started this thing. So we need to take those things into consideration. And one thing, if you've been following the politics around Nigeria recently, they've been talking about the structuring. There are a lot of things that even need to be changed policy-wise before any good intention can even begin to bear fruit. If those things are not done, it's going to be a headache. It will look like pouring water on a hard rock. So I just wanted to bring that perspective because this is an area I'm passionate about. I'll be honest with you. It's something. Sometimes I sit back and I tell myself, I live in Canada. But the truth about the matter is what I see in Canada, if Nigeria had been taking the right step, Canada is a child's play.
Yeah.
I look at them and I laugh sometimes. I say, look, it's a child's play. Some of the things some of us who go to the West go and we're proud of. These are things that if you just a little bit of it, that Nigeria will fly. So I want to comment that I just wanted to raise this portion about it.
Beautiful. I appreciate it, Shimeze. Thank you so much. Now, okay, what was my approach? Really, Shimeze is right. I've not been to Nigeria in almost 10 years now. I've not been to Nigeria in 9 years. But I am very strategic, and that's one good thing about me. I do research, but apart from me doing research, even though I'm not in Nigeria, but I have a think tank group that I've employed, that I've brought together, you know, I think 450 people in that team, that think tank. 450 people in that company. Going to every nook and cranny of Nigeria, every local government, studying and putting statistics together. How many primary schools do we have in every local government? How many hospitals? Where do we have it? Where is it that we don't have it? Where do we have electricity? Where are they functioning? Where are they not functioning? Where is water? How many boreholes? What are the situation on ground? So right now, there are people working, you know, just to gather all the relevant information for me. But that is the Nigerian team. That is the think tank in Nigeria itself. Then apart from that, so I'm not there, but there are experts. Experts in the area of agriculture, experts in the area of management, experts in the area of education, experts in the area, so who are just doing research. Their only thing is to do research. And that one is ongoing right now. But apart from the Nigerian perspective, those people who are studying the things that are going on in the ground and writing recommendations, and on the basis of the facts and statistics, these are companies, this is a consultancy group that has done the same thing for Coca-Cola. They have done the same thing for MTN. They have done the same thing for all the international organizations in the world. So this is going to cost a lot of money. But still, that is, I have a contract with them, and that's what we have decided to do, because I want to come on a very high level, and there is no chance for failure. No, we don't want to give any room for failure. So that is that one. Then I have another think tank group in Washington, D.C., which is composed of only Americans who are doing the same thing. So from the international perspective, we have a think tank group that is studying, because we have to consider and take the best practices from all over the world, all the countries that have been able to develop in the shortest amount of period of time, and the people who are very experienced, including who have worked in China to help China, experience their economic breakthrough. So some of those people are in my team, and they are also a think tank group, and that's their own job to bring everything together. But then I have in 2 continents and 2 experts, so that the ones in Nigeria are the ones on ground who are really going to the grassroots to really see things with their own eyes, traveling all over Nigeria and collecting data. So that is different from what we have, the people who are just using internet and talking to people. So a lot of things are going on, but Shimeze has let the bird out of the bag. So now I'm going to show the book to you. No, just the ones we did first, and then I don't need the points right now. Just the photographs, where you can have the best photographs. So I just wanted to tell you people that since Shimeze has now mentioned that I wrote 2 books to congratulate my country for our Independence Day, for the 57th Independence Anniversary of Nigeria. I wrote 2 books. One of the books was released today. Pre-order release today on Amazon. So all of you right now, for the ship, the pre-order release is to, half the price, just for $4 something or $5, just for it to be, for anybody that want to buy for ship, to be able to buy it between now and Thursday. From Thursday, it's going to be double the price. So everybody can go right now to buy it. And the name of the book is How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake the American Economy. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. And this program was broadcasted 2 hours ago at 7 o'clock Nigerian time. Our time, Ukraine time. That's 5 o'clock Nigerian time, 5 o'clock British time, and I think 12 p.m. One by one. You air power now to show the something. The photograph. Do the normal photograph. The way we did the 2. So it has to be for the full page, 1, and then the other one. So the first book is out, and next week that is coming, the second one is on Kindle. Yes, it's a Kindle book. Next week, and we are going to release the second book. The first book is How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake the American Economy. The second book is going to be How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. and that will be released next week. And I'm going to be talking about that here as well. How to make Nigeria the greatest country in the world. That will be next week. But for this week, it is, for today, is this one that has been released. So this is the first one, how the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. Is out, so you can go ahead and get it. And not just that one, not just this book. I've also released before now another book that is called The Nigerian Economy, The Way Forward. The Nigerian Economy, The Way Forward. That's how to fix the Nigerian economy. That's another book right there. And so I would like to, when you go to Amazon, look for all my books about Nigeria. The Nigerian Economy, The Way Forward. And of course, another book I have is the Nigeria and the Leadership Question. So just order all of them, because your life will just change. You will just begin to jump all over the room that you are born in Nigeria after reading those books. But don't just read one. You've got to read 2 or 3, at least 3, before you could begin to get my concept. Because in different books, I'm writing different approach, different concept, and different thing that needs to be done. So for you to get a whole picture, you actually need to get the 5 books, but at least 3. So one of them is the one that came out today, and let's see that right now to show you the picture. Okay, can we make it closer? All right, this is it. This is the book, and it's on Amazon already. And the top of the book, you'll see a quotation from David Cameron. Is it possible to make it bigger? Yeah, this quotation from David Cameron, British Prime Minister, 2010 to 2016 says, is very good, it's clear enough. If the amount of money stolen from Nigeria in the last 30 years was stolen from the UK would cease to exist. Which means that the wealth of Nigeria, and Nigeria is so, what do you call it? There's a word I'm looking for. Resilient, so resilient that despite the amount of money that has been stolen, and the amount of money that has been stolen from Nigeria is 20 trillion. That's what the book is about. So it's corruption that is killing our country, stealing, corruption. And so this book is about the fact that if, the amount of money that is stolen is 20 trillion, then it's even bigger than the economy of the United States. So we can actually overtake and build a greater country than America if we will fight the menace of corruption and be able to put things right. But not only corruption, wastage and culture, lack of value system and things like that. So a lot of these things are needed to be fixed in Nigeria, and we need to fix them. But I'm confident. I'm confident in God that we can fix all these things. I'm not. But now these things, you will see that I'm not copying and pasting. So I've not even read the Lee Kuan Yew book. I've not even read the book about Singapore, but I know it because I've been there myself. But I am an expert in national growth and development, in national transformation. That's my calling. I'm a nation builder. I've written books on this in Russian language here in our country here. No, big picture, the whole thing. So I have several books here in Russian language, and for Ukraine, for this part of the world, for Europe. And but now it's just the time for Nigeria. Only you people are getting to discover me. This is what I've been doing. I've gone to the UN to do this. I've gone to Israel to do this. I've gone to Japan to do this. I've gone to the Caribbean to do this. I've gone to Singapore itself to do this. So this is just what I do. You begin to discover who Pastor Sandey is from, not just as a pastor soon, once we begin to release those videos. You remember those videos I said that we need editors for? As soon as they begin to come out, you begin to discover who is Pastor Sandey for real. So, so this is the book. Make sure you order your own before Friday, because before Thursday. If you don't order it before Thursday, then you've lost out, and you have to buy it, the expensive version. So just go ahead and order it now before Thursday, then you can get it for cheap. So, yep. So this is this one, but there is another one coming, and we are going to show you the cover for the one we are going to release this coming week. Just before the Nigerian independence, we are going to release the two. That's my gift to my country. Now, I'm not the type that's going to be demanding from my country that why are you bad, why are you this, why are you... If your parents are sick, it is not the time for you now to begin to tell your parents, why are you sick? Mama, why are you sick? Daddy, why are you sick? Other people's parents are not sick now, so why are you sick? Okay, they'll say, oh, but mama is sick because it's daddy who beat her. And so daddy wounded mommy, and that's why mommy is sick. But it's not my duty to begin to say, okay, daddy, why did you wound my mom? And why did you, damage her and all that? It's not my own thing. My own thing is to get my mommy back on her feet. Is to restore my mom, is to heal my mom, is to restore my mom, is to give my mom hope and life. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about who is to blame. I'm not concerned about, I'm not concerned about who to blame and, who is to condemn for it. I don't want to condemn anybody. I just want to bring solution and answer. And I know I have the capacity to do it by the grace of God. I've been prepared like Joseph. I've been taken out of my country 30 years ago. And like Jesus, 30 years in the wilderness, I've been here, to be prepared to do these things I've done. And I've already done it. I don't have a problem. I've done it before. I've been able to affect and impact a nation. I've been able to, change the face of a nation. So I know what it means. I know how to do it exactly. So I'm not perturbed at all by the challenges ahead. So I know that we can fix Nigeria. God is going to help us to fix Nigeria. Then, and I'm going to say something now that might get some religious people angry. Personally, let me tell you the truth. I can even fix Nigeria. Anybody, not just me. Anybody can fix any country without even God. Okay, like the guy from Singapore, for example, Lee Kuan Yew, he was not a Christian. But then with God on our side, with the thing that I know, I can fix any country without even God. Say, let's leave God alone. God has already given us everything. He has already given us the wisdom. He has already given us everything. So all the people who built most of these countries, they didn't have God though. But then with God on our side, plus God, I'm not just believing. My attitude and my relationship with God is not the religious type of. It's not, just going to God to pray and something. But this is having an adventure into God. Communicating with God and getting his mind. I mean, if you have listened to my prayer series, you know what I mean by, having God or relationship with God. For me, it's not joke. It's not, if I have God, if you know God the way I know him, it's not just like, it's no joke. So I have too much advantage. I have too much resources. That is apart from the wisdom, apart from the knowledge, and apart from experience, apart from what I know. Those are the things that other people in the world, the great men, George Washington, other people, Abraham Lincoln, that's what the principle they use to build their countries. But we are I have an advantage over all of them because I still have God, apart from the knowledge that that we are going to use to build the nation. So, so expect this new book. This is the second book that is coming, How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. Is that not exciting? Just even thinking about it. Just even thinking about it. And this is my gift to Nigeria on our 57th independence anniversary. Okay. Is it who would like to comment on this before we begin to get calls? I see that this is what we're going to do today. Papa Chris or whatever, Papa Freeze and the books. So because what is it doing to you to get to know that we are the one now doing, that all this approach of giving gifts to your country on independent, these new books, these two titles, and what you have heard from 7 o'clock today. Yes, so what are the things that are happening in your mind or to you as a Nigerian, as an individual? What are you seeing? What are you anticipating? What is going on in your heart? And this is not just for a question to Anu. This is a question to all of you that are watching right now. And I would like you people to call. I mean, don't call immediately. Write first. Go to Facebook Messenger. There's something there. We call it Move Agents. One word. Move Agents. And it's got Magic in front. So just go and write to us that you would like to call or you would like to speak. If you say you would like to call or speak, we will call you back or we will tell you when to call. So just go and to Facebook Messenger, Move Agents and write that I would like to call, I would like to speak. And I think it's even a privilege. I'm reading what Vivian Taylor is saying. History is being made with these books. Yeah. It's interesting to live in such a time. And for me, it's just interesting that why is it that people have not had this kind of approach? I've been here 50 years. Nigeria has been here 57 years. I've been here 50 years. Nobody has ever said, okay, how to make Nigeria book of solution, the greatest country in the world. Sure. Or, how to make Nigeria economy overcome America. Or a Nigeria economy the way forward. Or the leadership question, how to resolve it once and for all. Nigeria and the leadership question. Or, stop asking Nigeria for help. Stop praying that only God can save Nigeria. Things could happen. I mean, this is the way to do it. So what would you say as a young Nigerian? You are just 25, right?
23.
23. Well, yes, what would you say about these things?
One thing that I've come to realize in Nigeria is we are more of the if we're not playing the blame game, if we're not looking,
it's normally the blame game.
That's what we play. We play the blame game in Nigeria. So we're always looking for who to blame and who to criticize and who to condemn. And we've not come to realize that the blame game doesn't work. As long as we keep looking for whom to blame, then we never actually get to progress. And until when we begin to take responsibility and not just focus on the problems, but become solutions and desiring and looking for ways, researching and giving yourself into study and just wanting to be the solution to the problem that you actually see around you. I think that is the approach, and that is the only way that would actually cause a revolution in Nigeria. Pastor, one thing that I noticed during the 7 o'clock program while we were talking about the book review, how to make Nigeria the greatest country in the book it was not how to make Nigeria the greatest. It was this is the second book. It was how Nigeria economy can overtake American economy. I realized how wealthy we are in Nigeria. Because it's one thing to say, like I said earlier, that it's one thing to say that Nigeria has a huge potential. And it's another thing to actually go to history and discover where Nigeria was, how great Nigeria was. And through this book, focusing on like I said, the cancer that has actually eaten into the nation and actually giving this cancer a deadly blow, bringing solution to it will transform the whole nation. And I want to just add this because this is what makes this platform different. You see, this platform is not just addressing religious issues. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Many times I think most of us are Christians here, and until we understand actually the purpose of the church as the solution ground and the solution center, and until we actually grasp the idea and the purpose of God actually instituting the church and the body of Christ here on earth, then we would actually remain irrelevant in this world. Why am I saying this? Is it because God has instituted the church, the body of Christ. He has established the church to be the place where saviors and deliverers will be released. You see, the reason why we cannot keep complaining as Christians is because God has destined the church to raise up deliverers. God has destined the church to raise up saviors into different spheres of life. And one of those spheres is politics. Now, if the church of God here on earth or in Nigeria is not raising saviors and deliverers, and we're thinking our videos, our prayers would cause any revolution in Nigeria, it is obvious, it should be obvious to us that this has not worked for over 50 years of our independence. And that is the reason why I'm really grateful to God for books like this. Why? Because books like this actually give me the picture of the Bible. You see, the Christianity we're practicing today, and the reason why we can actually read what Jesus said, what the prophet said, what Apostle Paul said, was because the solutions, the ideas they got, the templates they got, they were documented. And because of the documentation, we can actually continue what Jesus did years and centuries ago. And with books like this is not just a book for today or for tomorrow or for the next 10 years or 50 years. It is the book that would actually keep causing a revolution for every generation. Books like this would keep on causing a huge, big revolution in every generation that gets to read it. And I'm very hopeful, and I know for sure that if every Nigerian, you see, guys, we have to stop blaming the government, because as long as we blame the government, we will not move forward. I understand that the government have their role. I understand that they have a major role to play. But listen to me, if we do a head count of the amount of government officials and we place it with the amount of Nigerians we have in the country, and if every Nigerian, I repeat, if every Nigerian would do their part, if we begin to take the culture of personal responsibility and every Nigerian begins to do their part, we will see the revolution that we will see the Nigeria that we want.
Who is this? Okay, we have Norbert. Hello, Norbert. Hello, Norbert.
Yes, I can get you.
Yes, we are hearing you, sir. Where are you calling?
Yes,
where are you calling from?
I am calling from Cologne, Germany, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I am a Cameroonian.
Okay.
I'm calling from Germany, sir.
Yes, go ahead and talk. Put off your Facebook Live because it's disturbing you.
Okay, I will do that, sir, right now. Okay, sir. I'll put it off.
Talk. We are hearing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. I have been watching you now for some time, not long as 2 months ago, and I am a Cameroonian, but I am so connected to Nigeria in such a way that, in fact, I feel like I'm a Nigerian, and it is all about Africa. And presently, as I'm talking to you, based on your teachings, I have come to realize the deception in churches today. And even as I'm talking to you now, I am not going anymore again to my church, because I have just discovered so many fraudulent, deceptive doctrines that they have been given. And I decided to pull myself. But one interesting thing about what the book you have just published now is very interesting. And I just want to give my contribution in saying that, you see, the Bible says a day, it is like 1,000 years to God, and 1,000 years like a day. What does that mean? That means a person can change a nation. A person can change a nation, and I believe in your principle, and I can see the energy and the experience you have. If you can change a country in Europe and the other rest of the world, why not Africa? Why not Nigeria? So I believe that you can do the job, and I believe that the mentality we have, Africa, has come from the mentality of paganism that has raptured the mind of people. That, you see, the culture that engaged us, that we don't more believe again in ourselves. It's like anybody who wants to come up positive, to do anything, you see, the critics will even be more than
the supporters.
The supportiveness of the individual. You see, as I am talking to you, sir, I own a business in Nigeria right now, but I am a foreigner operating in Nigeria. But I want to tell you that I believe in Nigeria more than any other country in the world because I know the potentials that Nigeria has.
Wow.
And talking as a foreigner, I'm telling you, the ignorance of Nigerians is what is keeping that country behind.
Wow.
I bet you if we can have two people like you, sir, in Nigeria who can publicly come out, I'm telling you, Nigeria, they will get a change within a year.
Wow.
I say a year.
Wow.
That our problem we have in Nigeria is that the level of ignorance and the level of paganism that has infiltrated in the blood and the vein of Nigeria is what is keeping us today far.
So true.
And I'm very supportive of you, sir, because right now I am going to start my own movement here in Germany of deception. That is another part. But the other part I want to do is that I'm contributing of your idea and I'm supportive of the idea of rebuilding Nigeria because I think if Nigeria is stand, the rest of Africa will stand. You see, Kwame Nkrumah said one thing when Ghana gained its independence. He said, we Ghanaians should not be happy because if all African countries will not get independence and Ghana only get independence, it's worthless.
Yes.
So if Nigeria is free today, I think it is an example for all countries because Nigeria is the giant of Africa. And I think it is all important of all countries in Africa to support Nigeria and to support you what you are doing because we need only one country to be free and the others will be free.
Yes.
That's true.
So I am in support of you, sir. And I am praying for you. I'm praying for the movement myself. I'm in the movement. So let's see what God is going to do. And I believe 101% in what you're doing because I've seen your works in the internet. I have searched for you. I have looked your works and I've seen results. I see that you're a man of experience. You have the result. You don't just speak because you want to speak. You don't just come because you want to make video, but you speak because you have something that you have come from somewhere. You have something that you have laid down. You have work. You have work. You have experience. And I believe that you can do it.
Brother Norbert, I need you in my team. Fast. I need this guy in my team. Fast. So anytime you are able to come to Ukraine, me, I will be happy to see you at any time. Yeah. And then you must get ready to go to Nigeria with me in the when we move there very soon. So thank you.
We have a business in Nigeria that is already operating, so I'm already in Nigeria, sir.
Great.
I have a business in Lagos that is operating, and I'm looking forward, if it's possible, to make the November appointment in Ukraine. I'm looking all that positively, but if it's not that, but count me that I am in the team to go to Nigeria.
Wow, Norbert. Beautiful.
Great.
Thank you so much, sir. Keep in touch. Great. Blessings.
Great.
So continue.
Well, that's coming from a Cameroonian right there. Coming from a Cameroonian, that's a foreigner.
He has more faith in Nigeria.
He has more faith in Nigeria than many Nigerians. Well, that's just it. He said something that was very, 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 very important. And if we check back history, and we realize that there was a point where, like we read in the introduction today, that the GDP per capita of Nigeria was higher than that of Singapore. At some point in Nigeria's history, our GDP per capita was higher, far higher than that of Singapore. But today, Singapore's GDP per capita is higher than that of the United States of America. And the distance right now is so great. So that means there was something that these Singaporeans did that actually shuts them up to a very high pedestal of all the nations of the world that we are not doing in Nigeria. And if Nigeria, regarded and being referred to as the giant of Africa, would begin to practice and change and the revolution begins to emanate at every local government, every street, and we begin to do what needs to be done, and we begin to attack every issue that needs to be attacked. Come on. Nigeria will be the most envied nation in the world. This is not just any kind of talk. This is real talk. Even a Cameroonian just attested to that. And not just a Cameroonian. David Cameron said it. He said that the amount of money that has been stolen out of Nigeria for the past 30 years, if it was stolen from the United Kingdom, he said that the United Kingdom will cease to exist if the money that has been stolen from Nigeria is taken from the United Kingdom. Today, there will be no United Kingdom. That's telling us about how God has richly blessed Nigeria with human resource, blessed Nigeria with natural resources, blessed Nigeria in such a way that we don't battle natural disasters. God rightly placed Nigeria that we're not battling with typhoons, no tsunamis, no earthquakes. If Nigeria begins to read books like this, and we begin to learn all of these value systems, and we choose and we are determined, we are passionate, everyone is going for it, we hold our hands together and we tell ourselves that we would not relent until we see the Nigeria that we want. Everyone that has gotten another passport, that has traded their Nigerian passport for US.
It's like my wife, she is a British citizen.
Yeah.
And after she read the book and she saw me do a review of another book, she would tell her story by herself. Now she wants to go to Nigeria.
Wow. Yes. You know, Pastor, you said it once that everyone that has gone that have given their passport out, they should go and get that Nigerian passport right now. They should go and get your passport. All Nigerians in diaspora, it is time. Go and get, if you have given your passport away, you have thrown it away. Go and get that passport, because Nigeria, in a matter of time, just a matter of time, will become the greatest nation in this world.
But you should, okay, that's the book.
Yeah.
But the thing they have not seen and they cannot see in the book, what you saw me do the whole day today. What was I doing the whole day? What were your eyes saying? And what were your ears hearing? And what that one alone, those things alone you are hearing, what can those ones do for the country? Because they'll be hearing that I'm preparing for some programs, that I'm going to do some videos that I'm going to release, but you are witnessing the behind the scenes. You give them some secrets.
Man, let me start by saying this, that many people are already flabbergasted with just this daily broadcast, and people are like, Pastor, you are amazing, you have transformed our lives, what you are saying has been so powerful, we don't just know what to say about you. Man, guys, I'm here and I see what is happening. This live broadcast,
this is just me as a pastor. That's all.
This is Pastor Sandey.
They don't know me as other things.
This is Pastor Sandey. When Pastor begins to release DSA's, let's start with DSA's thoughts. You know, he has released one already. And if you've not watched that thought, please go and watch it. He has released one of his thoughts. Just one. Now, when Pastor begins to release all of these thoughts that he has, just one session. Now, I'm not exaggerating. Just one session.
I'm fix the country.
Just one session. If you take just one video and you sit down and you analyze and you receive it and you choose to convert just one session, that's it. That's just for the thoughts, because we have the DSA thoughts. That's DSA thoughts.
That's just one.
That's DSA's thoughts. Now, DSA now has another one that is called DSA's Innovations. Innovations.
It's going to come. They've not seen any of those.
You've not seen any one. Let me just give you a tip of the iceberg. You see, while we're doing it today, I didn't tell Pastor this. I was just thinking right now about I will go back to my house and begin to just look around. That which things are old in my brain, which old thing did I have here that I want to make dispose of and I want to throw away, and how am I going to just make, guys, innovations.
Inventions.
You see, Pastor wrote a book, Raising the Next Generation of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and how to become a genius. You see, all of these books, they are loaded, but with these videos, very practical and illustrative, that anyone that will listen to those videos, if you don't invent one thing,
you will be inventing something every day.
Every day. Just watch out for DSA's inventions and innovations.
They are going to, the first one will come on this Friday, yeah? Or Thursday? Is it Thursday? We are going to present it first. On the night, we're going to present it here in the night. Yeah. Okay, on Thursday we are going to present it on this program here.
Just watch out, guys. Just watch out, everybody. And that's the truth. The only thing that thus far has incapacitated us is ignorance. You see, but what is coming out in this platform is truth, light is coming, and everyone listening, you will discover that the problems that you see around you, the answer is just there by your side. As in, just right there by your side. Let me give you one illustration, just a tip. I'm sorry, I'm just letting the cat out of the bag a little bit early. Please forgive me. You know, there was something that the team did today about how you can use old products to create new products. Now, what this is just an innovation that came out here, or just something small. What happened? Just a tip of the iceberg. So what do we do? So we got two plastic bottles. You see plastic bottles. Sorry, can I have the plastic bottle? Thank you. You see, this is a plastic bottle. You see this plastic bottle? So just to illustrate, so we cut the head of this plastic bottle. So there were two plastic bottles that were cut. So the head of this and the head of another, and then the two plastic bottles were joined together in such a way that there was one cover at this end and another cover at another end. And guess what? That was a creation made by invention made by the team today. And what was the purpose of the invention? So you see, sometimes you want to go and swim, and then you might lose some of your jewelries or your ring. That invention was made for you to be able to keep your rings, your valuables safe. That if you go to swim, in Nigeria, people will still go to rivers to fetch water. Some people still go to, if they are going to the river, they want to fetch water, maybe their ring would fall down and things will fall down. But with this, their money. But with this invention, you see, we have inventors here already. They are here, invented this thing, and that was bringing a solution to a problem. That means everyone listening here is not just mere talk. You actually are a solution. And you actually can profess solutions to the problems that we have around us. Come on. So you just watch out for all of these videos. You'll be blown away. You will now discover that, of a truth, Dr. Sandey is not just a pastor. He is a nation transformer. He is a thinker. He is an innovator. And you would see it in practical things. You see it in real life. You see it.
Maybe you allow Maiwa to tell us
a story.
Why she wants to give up her British passport to move to Nigeria.
Definitely. It will be a good one.
What are the books, really? She has to tell us what are the books that got her. I think she has a few
books, yes.
But each book did different work on that. There are no calls, eh? We don't have calls yet. Okay. Right. While we are waiting for the next call. Right. And the next call is for you to call, just need to call to Move Agents Facebook Messenger. Move Agents. So there are 3 books that did it for you, eh? Okay, you go one by one.
Hello guys, I didn't know that I was gonna do a book review today, but it's always an opportunity.
But your scarf is good enough.
And it's always an opportunity to share with you guys. So with the Nigerian books, I've read 3 of the books now. Actually, at first, when I first came here in January, Dr. Sandey gave me one of the books, and I just abandoned it. I just left it somewhere. I didn't pay too much attention. What I read instead was Who Am I and Why Am I Here? So he gave me 2 books, and I didn't touch the Nigerian book. But all of a sudden, I think it was one book review that we did, and then I decided, okay, let me just touch Nigeria, because my interest in Nigeria actually was just awakened when Dr. Sandey started talking about Nigerian transformation projects last year. And I thought, okay, I can do it. I will go with him and, see what I can do, because yes, I do care about Nigeria, because I was born in Nigeria, and, I just to be proud of where I came from. So anyway, so I started reading this book, not even I just wanted to read. I just read it because I had it and I wanted to read one of the books. I read Who Am I like 3 times, and this was just on my desk. I didn't touch it at all. So when I started reading, the first one I read was Nigeria and the Leadership Question. Nigeria and the Leadership Question. This book, I could not believe it. I couldn't believe what I was reading about Nigeria. This took me to the history of Nigeria, something I knew nothing about, because I went through school throughout my education, my primary and secondary education in UK. So I didn't know anything about Nigeria as such. Maybe a little bit about what my parents told me, but nothing for myself as an adult, or, I didn't even bother, like most people, maybe not most people, let me just speak for myself. So first I read about the history of Nigeria from independence, the different leaders in Nigeria, and what the challenges of Nigeria is, whose responsibility are those challenges, if it was our responsibility or the responsibility of the government. I mean, this book, I was thinking I was just going to read about Nigeria, but what I was getting from the book was just about myself as a person first, to understand who I am, my background, where the problems are, what the challenges are that we need to make right. And also, I learned so much about great people in Nigeria, the people that have done great things in Nigeria. They are Nigerian, that are all over the world, and also in Nigeria. They're bred and raised in Nigeria, and they're doing great, and they're doing great things even up to date. So I was just so amazed that, wow, could Nigeria be like this? Could it really be Nigeria? Could it really be where I came from? And me personally, right, I don't have a Nigerian passport. I only have a British passport, because for many reasons. But anyway, I only have a British passport. So I was thinking I wouldn't need a Nigerian passport anyway. So I was so shocked. So after reading that first book, and understanding Nigeria, understanding how great Nigeria is, the different types of resources, and the leaders that are in Nigeria, the good and the remnant leaders, the remnants, which are the good one, and the bad leaders, why they are bad, all the atrocities that has happened in Nigeria, when the British colonized Nigeria, and all those things after independence, what happened, everything, the mindset around it. I gained knowledge and the understanding that I didn't have before about Nigeria, and about a nation that, that's where I came from. That's where my parents came from. So I was just so, I wouldn't say I was shocked. I was just like, it almost seems like my eyes was open to like a gold mine that I didn't know anything of before. I've been to Nigeria several times. I see so many people, I see so many crowds, but nothing really that wants me to really go back and just stay and, help Nigeria. I'm not really an advocate of talking negatively about government in Nigeria, because I myself always think that, you know, governments are people. No matter who goes there, there's the same challenges. So it's a matter of people rather than a matter of government. It is people that governs a country. It's not like, you know, a country is just there and it's being governed. So I don't have that mindset of saying that it's a government problem or anything anyway. So I think I came from a good standing. So that was the Nigeria and the leadership question. And that was a fantastic book. I mean, I hold that book very dear to me. It gave me a real full understanding of Nigeria, of the people, of the government, of the backgrounds, of the different cultures and society in Nigeria. And I loved that book so much. Then, because I read that, I was really prompted to really read another book. Okay, there was a book that Dr. Sandey did a review about, and that's what led me to read that one. So I thought, okay, before I read that book, I think this one was about economy of Nigeria. He did the review, and it was recently, it was maybe 6 weeks ago that we did a book review. I can't remember the exact title. So that's what prompted me to read that one that Dr. Sandey gave me in January when I came, or maybe February. So that was Nigeria and the leadership question. Please read that book, especially if you have any and if you're somebody that cares even just a little bit about a nation. It doesn't have to be Nigeria. If you care about a nation, and also you care about building yourself to be a nation builder, I think that's a book for you to read. You know, it helps to build you. And once you build yourself, you know that there's nothing else that you cannot build in this world. And you can build a nation through knowledge, through understanding of history, understanding of people, understanding of the history, the understanding of where people are, where they're coming from, where they're getting their ideologies from. So that's a very good book. And then the second book that I read was the Nigeria, Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. OMG. That book was such a shock to me, because you know what, right? That book is for everybody. Nigeria or no Nigeria. It's like saying only God can, don't say Nigeria, say only God can save me. What a myth. So this book for me is not just about a country, it's not a nation, it's not about Africa, it's about you as an individual. I personally, maybe I should talk about myself. I don't want to talk about other people because I don't know them. But there's certain things, especially as a Christian, that you think that only God can do for you, especially if you've been, your mind has been warped by religion or certain belief system that is really not right or is wrong. Or even as a female, for me, it goes with male and female, but you think that maybe there's certain things you can't do, there's certain things you cannot achieve. That book just sets your brain back to normal, how God created you. That's how I felt about that book. I felt like it reset my brain. So the book Only God Can Save Nigeria was for me. Only God Can Save Only God Can Save Mayowa. What a myth. So I got that point. That's how I got the Nigeria. Only God Can Save Nigeria was a myth. It just applies to me. I apply it to myself. And then when I applied it to myself, then I applied it to the nation of Nigeria. Because the book predominantly was saying that who is in Nigeria? Who are the people? What makes Nigeria Nigeria is the people. And if we don't change our value system, if we don't change ourselves, then there's nothing that God is going to do. God has already created us. And you know, that book also helped me to believe more in God and also appreciate God more. Because the way I used to look at God is that, okay, God, you still need to do this for me, that you didn't do a good job. You could have done better. You could have done this in a different way. But really, that book took me back to actually knowing that God has done everything that he needs to do for me, and he's done everything that he needs to do in the nation. The resources that are available in Nigeria alone is enough to take care of Nigerian generation and generations to come. So why are we not utilizing them? So that particular book delivered me from myself, and also empowered me to believe in myself and believe that there's nothing that God hasn't provided for me in order to do anything that I want to do great exploits in this world. So only God can save Nigeria. What a myth. It's really about you. And then when you understand it about you, then you will start to understand it about the country, about the nation, about the continent. So I love that book. I mean, I couldn't get enough of that book. I thought I was going to just read it chapter by chapter because I like reading like bit by bit, but I couldn't put this book down. I think I read it in days, which is really unlike me because I like to save the book and kind of read a chapter a day or so. But I was just reading it to just devour everything and get everything inside me. It was a beautiful book. I love it. And you know what? My only regret is that I didn't read this book earlier. These books earlier. I should have read both, especially when I came in January. I was given the book. I left it on the table. I didn't read it. And you know what? The other thing that it did for me also, it was like it gave me zeal. It gave me zeal to work harder, to be the best me, the best version of me, to think about Nigeria, to think that there's nothing that I cannot do, that there's nothing that I cannot achieve. You know, I have all the power to do everything. And it's not a religious book or anything. It's just a book that is laying things down and laying it down clearly and saying that you need to look within yourself for solutions. And I appreciate God. And you know what? That book has made me even love God more. That God has done all this for me. God has done all this for my country, for Africa. You know, I can't really blame God for anything. I can't look down on Africa again. We just need to apply ourselves. We need to change our value systems. And that value system change, it starts from me and you. It's not a matter of looking beyond, looking outward and looking at other people, looking at government, looking at leaders. Those leaders were born from the same pot, from the same place. We all live in the same, if we don't change ourselves, we can't change other people. So what book that book is telling us is that we need to change ourselves. And then from our changes and the values that have changed in us, is what we would then deliver. So you would deliver out of the abundance of the heart, you would deliver. So whichever the government, whoever becomes the government, because the value system inside of them have changed. And those value systems, another thing about that book is that it lays down the value systems that needs to change. And it gave many examples of the value systems that needs to change. So those are the first two that I read. And then there's a third one.
Before the third one, let's receive a call. We have Yemi here. Yemi Adeyemo is here. I always like to listen to this guy. So, hello, Yemi. Please speak out. We want to hear your wisdom today.
Good evening, DSA. Good evening to everyone on the platform.
Yep.
Tonight, I just wanted to chip in a little contribution just to buttress your response to the first caller, gentleman named Chimeze.
Yes.
And also chip in a little bit around what the gentleman that called from Ireland yesterday said.
Okay.
So, first point I'd like to make is people don't really know DSA yet. Yeah, so I encourage everyone on this platform, if you think you know DSA, you don't know DSA yet. By listening to the series in the last couple of weeks is not enough. You know, we're doing him an injustice trying to think in the last couple of weeks where the message has been around the church and the Beatitudes, thinking that's what Pastor Sandey is all about. So I encourage you to go on YouTube, Pastor Sandey Official on YouTube, going to Sandey Adelaja blog. There is tons and tons of materials of life-changing information that will really help you know who DSA is. Now, the second point I'd like to make is it's really an insult for you people to be comparing Pastor Sandey with people that have attempted to do things in Nigeria and failed. Right? You need to go and study the life of DSA. DSA is a multi-dimensional individual. He's a philosopher. He's a thinker. He has written 300 books. And we're not talking about pamphlets. We're not talking about prayer point books. We're talking about bestsellers and books. Then we're not talking about fiction. We're not talking about novels. We're talking about books that addresses life situations. Books that addresses marriage. Book that addresses finances. Book that addresses nation building. Books that addresses psychology. Book that addresses real life situations where people are getting results. I'd like to introduce DSA to everybody on the platform on a different dimension. myself and a few people that have been following DSA in the last 1 year, there's no way you can follow DSA and you would not, if you have not written your own books, you would already have projects that you are doing. My wife and I, we have projects that we're working on. We have multiple projects that we're embarking on. My other colleagues in the DSA family have multitude. We have Jefferson. We have everybody having projects. And these are people in the diaspora. Now, let me share with you what Pastor Sandey has not mentioned. This is the plan. The plan is, if you come in contact with Pastor Sandey, we are going to raise a critical mass of people. So forget about the government. We're not going to develop the nation through the government. That is our archaic methodology. DSA and DSA philosophy, we're going to raise a critical mass of people who are thinking differently, who are going to take their nation in their own hands. So for example, some of us are going to revolutionize the area of education. Different groups of people are going to stand up and revolutionize engineering.
I promised that I was going to do the impossible. I was going to bring Dr. Sandey Adelaja live on the radio.
We are going to change
promise that I was going. Did promise that I was going to
done before. We're not putting forward what has not been done before. Go and read a bit about what Pastor Sandey has done in Russia and in Ukraine. I recommend particularly testimonies from Ukrainians. Ukrainians have one thing in common in their testimony. They will say, Pastor has taught us this. Pastor has taught us this. Pastor has taught us this. And they have been able to take all the teachings from Pastor to revolutionize their nation. Governments of Ukraine are giving Pastor Sandey's students and disciples, they are giving them accolades, they are giving them recognition for the help that they have brought into the society. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I want to reassure you, for the gentleman that called, this is a different methodology. This is a paradigm change. See, the people that have changed the world, they are not people that come with easy peasy solutions. They are one of the kind people who take giant strides and try to revolutionize their continent or their country through non-standard methods. So those are the things you can begin to expect in the Nigerian transformation project. Countries are built by paradigm shifts in countries' values. That's what Pastor Sandey is. The messages are not about churches. Because the churches, the messages coming out of our pulpit has to change. Those messages have contributed to the mess. And if we're going to change it, we're going to get the church to change the messages. That's what Pastor Sandey has been teaching us. That's what this whole movement is about. It's not against the church. It's to help the church to change the message coming out of the pulpit, because the messages coming out of the pulpit has the power to determine the direction in which the country will take, whether negatively or positively. These politicians and corrupt business people, they are all emanating from these churches because of the kind of messages that has been built in us for decades and decades. So what we are now saying is there's going to be changes in our messages. We are going to be reorientated, and we are going to go out there with or without government support. We're going to take our nation back and make it the great nation that God wants it to be.
You can tell this guy is a disciple. You can tell. And he can even articulate it better than I can do. Thank you so much, Yemi.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I just wanted to put perspective that people should not bring negativity. It's not about what one minister did before. It's an insult trying to come. This is not theory. These are solutions coming from someone who has been there, has done it. He has results to show for it. And some of us who are disciples, we are serious. We have not even started yet. Yeah. I have not applied 1% of what I've learned from DSA. And I have people who are telling me they want me to mentor them. Mentor that I've not even done anything. They just see the way I live my life, how I talk to them, and they are saying, please, we see that you are different, but we want you to help us. We want you to mentor us. Now imagine, when Pastor Sandey goes to Nigeria, now imagine when I go to Nigeria, or when Mayowa goes to Nigeria, or Jefferson goes to Nigeria, or Anu goes to Nigeria. Victor Bami Chaego to Nigeria, just to mention a few. Now imagine when there is, 1,000 of such people. Now imagine when there is 5,000 of such people. It's too easy. We're going to do it.
And because I've done it before, for me, I'm just waiting because,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You've done it before. I've read about it. I've seen it done elsewhere before.
And you've had stories upon stories of Ukrainians talking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's the best thing people can do when they go on to Sandey Adelaja official on YouTube. Please take your time to listen to it. Will just blow your mind. Our ordinary people. I'm not talking about people with PhD. I'm not talking about people with Oxford degrees. I'm talking about how somebody can come out of the street, take godly principles, and begin to apply it in their lives to change their generation. How we can go away from the egocentric ways of reasoning. How we can embrace altruism. How we can be dead to ourselves. Sir, this year I've never prayed for myself. I've not prayed one single prayer for myself, my family, or anything.
You've not been killing the demons and the enemies.
I'm not interested. I'm not paying for any breakthrough or anything. There are more important projects. There are destinies that are going to be dead if I do not arise to my potential.
And that's the way it's supposed to.
This is real stuff.
And Nigerians are busy praying about their problems.
Oh, tell me about it. We're going to change that. Pastor, we're going to change that. We're going to give them, results. And I believe some of us are generating some results. Ellie would say maybe low-hanging fruits. There are low-hanging fruits that we are going to quickly start plucking and start using to get the ball rolling.
Thank you so very much. Only I need your wife to also be calling sometimes.
Yes, she's not at home at the moment. So,
Okay. Thank you. I like your passion tonight.
Absolutely, Pastor. We are on fire. We're on board. I'm also raising people in the background, and the people that I've spoken to, I think they've even caught more fire. They are just causing trouble here in the city where I'm in. One of them will have a chat with you and share his testimony with you. He's unbelievable. He's so passionate. He's on fire. He just wants to go crazy. And there's thousands of people like that. People are waiting, like Sandey. Imagine Sandey that calls from Nigeria. And you're telling me we're not going to get results? It's too easy. We just need to follow the principles, with so much vigor and conviction.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Blessings.
Blessings.
Wow, brilliant. See, people are getting it. People are getting it. Sorry, continue.
Okay, so the third book I read is Nigeria Economy, The Way Forward. That book is a blueprint. Honestly, let me start by telling you that in the first few chapters, I had challenges following it because that's such a practical book and it's very technical. So when you start reading this book, you have to really kind of readjust your brain to understand the economy, to understand figures. I mean, I understand figures.
How do you begin to see Pastor Sandey after
totally differently because, the figures, the information on there, I felt like I was back in university and I had to do some really good analysis to understand, and each page I really have to look and dissect this information, evidence-based information on how to change Nigeria, how to move the economy forward. So it tells you the information, what we currently have, and what uses those materials and resources are for, and what also those resources could be for or be used for. So we stopped talking about the oil and what percentage of our GDP the oil is. I mean, all those kind of information. I didn't know anything about those all that before. I'm reading this book. The first few chapters, I think it was the first 4 chapters, it was a real struggle for me. But eventually when I couldn't put it down. it felt like something that I really need to study. Like, this is a blueprint of how to make a change. What we have, what we can do with what we have.
Can you believe it that some people don't even know there is such a book there that gives all the answer for Nigeria?
Yes. And that's one thing. I think I came to Dr. Sandey after reading those chapters, the first 4 chapters, that, you know, why is the government in Nigeria not even doing anything? Why can't we just give them this book and they can, you know, do something about it? And, you know, it just said that nobody's got hold of it. You know, they haven't got hold of it. That's why. It's just
I think we need to show the book. Is there any way anybody could show?
I think it's
Nigeria
in my bag. I think it's in my bag.
Yeah, Nigeria and the...
Yeah, in the laptop bag. In the laptop, yeah.
From that side, that one from the other side.
Okay, let me show you. So here's the book.
To the back.
Yeah, here's the book, Nigeria Economy, The Way Forward. This is a super, super, super book. You need to get this book in order for you to just see if you're somebody that you really want to help Nigeria or you want to help any nation and you need a blueprint. Maybe you don't have ideas.
It's not just for Nigeria, though.
Yes.
Any nation.
Any nation. You need a blueprint, and you will forge forward with ideas or anything that's giving you. This is the book for you. Even if it's to set up a business or to start something, this is an idea. This is a book. It's full of ideas. I mean, I've only read a few chapters. I think I'm on chapter 6 or so, and there's so much ideas on there that I really do want to go back from chapter 1 to, because now I get it. The first 4 chapters I struggled, and now that I'm getting it, I really want to go back because everything is just falling into place, and it's just a big giant map of how to make Nigeria great and what you need to do with the economy. It talks about the oil, and the oil is almost the least of everything that Nigeria has. I mean, and I know as a Nigerian that lives there abroad that oil is everything that we shout about, you know, what Nigeria has in oil. But this one is telling you that that's just a list of what you need to worry about. There are other things, there are other ways, other resources, other human capital that we can use, human resources. So I really think that these 3 books are amazing. This is the other one.
Yeah,
this was
the other ones, yeah.
This was the first one that this was the first one that I read. Then the one about the myth. I don't know if it's here. Okay.
It should be there. It should be there, yeah, about the myth.
So those 3 books, I'm telling you, if you have just these 3, okay, we've got all 3. Oh my God. So you have all these 3, right? You know, you can do great exploits with them. If you're a Nigerian and you read this book, if you have depression, that's it, depression is over. If you have low hope, low self-esteem, that's it, it's over. If you feel down, you know, that's it, there's no more feeling down. Now this is just empowerment. You feel empowered, and you can see it's not something that somebody is telling you as a myth or, you know, as something in the air. Is there in your eyes. It's just almost like somebody is pointing you to a gold mine that you know, this is where the gold are, or, you know, just need to dig in order to get the gold out. This is what these books have done for me, and I feel so empowered that each day now that I wake up, I feel like I have a future. I'm empowered. I can do anything. You know, you really need to read this book. Only God Can Save Nigeria is an amazing book. And you know, one thing I find about Dr. Sandey's book, because I know that some of you have heard me talk about the first book that I read. Well, it's not the first book, but one of the greatest books that I read, which was Who Am I? Why Am I Here? And how much I go on about that book in particular. And you know, they are great. That is a great book. That's a great book for you to identify who you are, have confidence in yourself, and know that God created you for a purpose to be here on earth. But now that you're here, you know you have a purpose, and you're looking for that purpose. And you're looking for that purpose, especially in relation to where God created you originally, like Nigeria or anywhere in Africa or anywhere in the world. Also, these books will really, really help you. I haven't read the book that was would be launched or is launched already. That was published today. I haven't read that, but all Nigerian books. Yes, the one that says that how the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. That book I haven't read, but this will be my next book. So I want to read all the Nigeria books because I really feel like this is my identity as well. This is to understand my identity. And also, I believe in the project, the Nigerian Transformation Project. I really came here for that project because I thought I'll be going to Nigeria in any month from when I first arrived. But I am so grateful that I have the time to prepare myself, to put my own brain and adjust my own brain, because if we had gone earlier, to be honest, I don't know how I would take Nigeria and if I would be able to cope. But having this understanding, having this background knowledge, the history of Nigeria with these books that I spoke to you about, it's giving me more ideas, more power, more strength, more confidence in myself, my own ability, and also in God. I'm really grateful to God. I think we don't thank God enough for what he has done with us in Nigeria and what he has given us. We all really need to repent, and in the complaining and saying that Nigeria is not good or Nigeria is this or that. It's us. It's not Nigeria. It's actually us as an individual, So we really need to buckle up and really now start making a difference, because we can. God has done everything. It's almost like calling God a liar if we feel like we cannot do this, because we absolutely can. And I believe in us. I believe in this project. I believe in everything that is being put down, all the ideas. I believe that we can do it, because God put us on this earth for a purpose, and he didn't make any mistake by making you Nigerian or anywhere in Africa. He knows what you can accomplish, and he's already put everything in you. So I'm really grateful. And you know, Dr. Sandey's book, what I was going to say as a last point is, Dr. Sandey's books, you know, I read Who Am I, Why Am I Here? I was like, wow, 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 you know, amazing. And then I read, yes, the best book ever. There's no other book. You know, I was even such an ignorant. I was even saying, I don't really need to read any book. I read that one. Hence the reason why there is the Nigerian, there were 2 books given to me to read in 2 weeks. And, you know, I took one. I didn't even read it for a long time. So anyway, my thing now is that I feel like Dr. Sandey's book is like a prescription. You know, when you go to the doctors, they'll give you a prescription of medicine to help you with certain ailments or maybe anything that is happening. This is how the books has been for me. You know, when I had issues or when I didn't even know that I had issues. And, you know, sometimes you're sick, you don't know what your problem is. And then you go to the doctor and you say, you know, these are the symptoms and things like that. And they give you a medication and it treats that symptoms. That's exactly how these books are. These books for me, they are medication. They're not just medication, because also sometimes with medication the problem comes back, but it cures it for a short period of time. But just as an analogy, I'm just giving you this. These books, I feel I want to put together as, you know, if you have this problem or maybe you don't have ideas, this is what you need to read. You know, read these sets of books. I think that's what really work, because I really feel like people don't need to take medication for certain things or having to go and do certain things, therapy or all that. Read some of these books. Just, you know, if you're having I'm going to make a list. That's what I'm really planning to do. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to read as many books as possible, if not all of the books. And I'll make a list. If you have lacking ideas, these are the books that you need to read. If you have low self-esteem, if you have problems, parenting problems, if you have issues with getting business ideas, if you have issue with building nation, building your business, building this, financial things, everything, the books available for this, all of this issues or aspects of life. So I'm really urging people, you know, I'm not really the best reader, especially I'm a very distracted person. I'm always playing and, you know, I like playing, but these books have really turned my life around. They've really made a lot of difference in me, and it's really empowered me. So this is what I will do, is just to recommend that if you're having certain challenges, I'll make a list. You just read this book. I would assure you that those books will help you in those areas. Even these Nigerian books, I mean, the title can be misleading to say that it's just about Nigeria. It's really about you. I told you the one about only God can save Nigeria, what a myth. That one for me, it should be titled Only God Can Save Mayowa, what a myth. And even say Only God Can Save your name. You say your name, what a myth. And you would see, if you say that about yourself, you will know. And you read this book, believe me, there's nothing you cannot achieve. You won't have to wait on anybody to do anything for you. You wouldn't have to wait for any hands of any, you know, support from anybody, or, you know, anything. You wouldn't wait. You would just forge ahead and do what you need to do to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. So thank you so much for your time. I really wish I had much more time to talk to you about these books and maybe go into chapters and talk about different areas and what I learned. And
well, they're on Amazon and Okada books.
Yes. These books, Dr. Sandey is saying they're on Amazon and Okada books. All the books that I spoke about are already on Amazon, and they're also on Okada books, so you can purchase them yourself. They're not expensive, they're absolutely worth it. So go ahead and purchase these books. They really change your life. You know, read them at your own pace, but read them, you must. You must read all these books. You don't have to read in the order that I read it, but I'm glad I did read this in the order that I did. So the first one that I read was Nigeria and the Leadership Question. So that was the first one that I read in the Nigerian series. So the Nigeria and the Leadership Question, that was the first one, an amazing book. If you want history, background knowledge, understanding, knowing the different leaders and different types of people in Nigeria, remnants leader, poor leaders that have destroyed Nigeria, you know, poor value system that has messed Nigeria up. This is what you need to read. And also, this also will help you with yourself as well as an individual, because you are also Nigeria, you're also one of them. You know, so you cannot separate yourself now from government and who you are as an individual. So the second book I read was the Nigeria, Only God Can Save Nigeria. Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. This one, I want you to say, only God can save your name. Say your name. I would say, only God can save Mayowa. What a myth. This is what this book made me realize. It made me realize that everything God has already done. Everything that I need to do, anything that I could possibly do in life, everything that God has put in me, God created me, I've put something in me, and I have the power, I have the authority to do those things. And I need to start believing in myself and changing my value system. It's giving me processes, it's giving me steps of this is how you do this is how you must be in order to achieve this. And it's giving examples of people who have done the right thing and have achieved this. Even people that had challenges at the beginning but were able to achieve this. This book is an absolute read. You know, if you don't even care about any nation, all you care about is yourself, read this book. It's not about Nigerian. So if anyone is out there listening and you're not Nigerian, just, you know, if you like, you can even kind of cover the Nigerian bit up, but put your name on there. Only God can save Richard. What a myth. Only God can save Mayowa. What a myth. This book will really do your life a 360 degrees good. You know, you need to really read this book. Absolutely. With everything that you have, you need to read this book. And then the final book, which this book, it's an amazing book. You really need to read this book. This is about blueprints. This book is actually for people who want to take action, who maybe may lack ideas more, may have their own ideas, but they don't really know how to go about those ideas. They need more information, or they need more direction. It's a blueprint book. It will really, really help you. This book is for proactive people. This is, you can be even in group. You don't have to be an individual, but an individual as well will benefit from this book. But if you're a group of people that really want to make a difference, this is a blueprint book. And I assure you, you will get at least 100 ideas of what to do, what resources Nigeria have, what resources you have as an individual as well that you can use to make Nigeria or anywhere, any nation great. So this is a blueprint book. Use it for anything, even your business you can use it for. So get this book, absolutely. So those are the three books that I've read in recent time. I hope I've done a little bit of justice. I really do feel like I need like 2 hours, to be fair, to actually go through.
You need to do each one separately later on.
Yes.
You can actually do book review by yourself.
Yes. I'm planning a book review with Gideon, so we'll
maybe with one
of them. So guys, thank you so much for your time. I'll let Dr. Sandey continue.
Okay, thank you so much. Wow, thank God that at least you are able to get an understanding there. And so if there's nobody that's going to call, if nobody is calling in right now, well, then we'll end today. Yeah, we'll end right now. But if you want to call, then you have to go to Move Agents on Facebook Messenger and call. If not, Maybe you would like to respond to what you heard or what Maiwa did or said or what the callers did, or you want to say your opinion about the Cool FM that we had today, or what what you had today. Today, of course, it's not the preaching message like we thought and like we had planned. I had a message plan, but I like to, to be flexible and to do things the way I feel that God is leading me to do it. So, but on Thursday, I already know what we plan to do on Thursday, and that is to introduce one of the new series that we are going to be doing. We are going to introduce one of the new series to you, and so I hope we'll be able to do that in the evening, and then on Friday it will be released to the public. Then we could go and share that. And the good news, the audio, the CD MP3 audio version of my program today with Daddy Freeze, that audio is already on SoundCloud. So the audio version is already on SoundCloud. So you can go and get it right now. And you download it and send it to people and listen to it yourself. The video will be on YouTube tonight before tomorrow morning as well. But they are also on our Facebook page. They are going to be on my Facebook page and on Cool FM and on, Daddy Freeze page as well. Do we have a team? Okay, Norbert is asking, is there a team in Germany? Oh, yes, there is a team in Germany. That's Pastor Ernest Ebong. Pastor Ernest Ebong. He should be here on the platform. At least he was here in the beginning. So if you go to Pastor Ernest Ebong, or you just look for his name, Ernest Ebong, he's here. He's the one coordinating the way. Maybe somebody from Germany could get in touch with Norbert Unka, so that he would know that we have a team over there. Well, thank you for being here. It's been a wonderful day. Tomorrow I'm going to do, I hope to be able to do the teaching. And we're going to, close now. Thank you for your time. And so have a wonderful evening. And go look for the recordings from the day. And have a wonderful day. Blessings. Bye.